Good afternoon, sim racers around the world. It's Steel Jockey here, bringing to you the Australia-New Zealand Combined Racing League's Daytona 24-hour. It's actually going to be a simulated race. We're running it over 6 hours over the weekend, 4 different sessions. We have the first session's a 1 hour, and then there's a 2-hour session a bit later on, and then tomorrow another 2-hour and 1 hour session to finish it off. Currently, we're just going through qualifying. This will set our rolling start grid. We've got a mixed group here of GTE and LMP2 racing on the Xbox this afternoon. And I'll be trying to run a little bit of a commentary. First time I've ever done this, so I'm just getting used to it. So bear with me. And anyway, so the guys are out there doing the qualifying at the moment, trying to set some quick times. When we go to our second session later on, it'll be a couple of hours gap after this session. And we'll be starting with a rolling start, an extra lap to actually get cars back in their finishing lap positions, and we'll carry on from session to session that way and find our overall winner tomorrow afternoon Australia time. So at the moment we're just following Woody Lizard, who's just out on track. Woody's driving in a Ligier Nissan LMP2. One of our quick drivers here. So while they're actually just doing their qualifying session, I'll just run through who's in what. So Woody Lizard's in a number 12 Ligier Nissan. We've got Hectic Buzzard, who's driving the number 56 Ligier Judd LMP2. We've got Dark Racing in the number 84 Ligier Honda. Taipan Samurai in another Ligier Honda. We've got Bad Grammar, who's driving in the number 60 Ligier Honda. Racer. And Racer this afternoon is driving the number 8 Ford GTLM GTE class with Maverick and the number 92 Aston Martin Vantage GTE. Fish, and Fish is driving the number 9 Ford GTLM GTE class. Shads is also in a number 51 Ligier Nissan, who's actually teamed up with Skill. They're both actually driving this afternoon. Some of the guys will actually be teaming up. There'll be some changes from session to session, but whichever way they end up at the end of the race is what we'll end up with our points with. And we've got Skill, who's the other number 51 Ligier Nissan, is driving his teammates this afternoon. So they're both just getting their legs in. They may or may not complete in all the sessions, but we'll have a look at their times at the end of the day before working out the points for our championship. This is actually the first round of an IMSA series that we're starting, so being the 24 hours, we're running a longer one here. The other 4 rounds will be between an hour to an hour and a half at different circuits in the IMSA series, running LMP2 and GTE cars. At the moment we're only running this on Xbox, but the rest of the rounds we're hoping to run on both PC and Xbox. So anybody out there who happens to be in Australia or New Zealand and wants to get involved in racing Project Cars 2 and some of our series, come and look us up on Facebook, Australia New Zealand Combined Racing League. We're just taking members from that area of the world at the moment, mainly because we're trying to keep the ping down, so it gives us a good signal between us If it's in the drivers, it allows us then to have nice, clean, close racing and not worry about accidental lag causing issue in the race. As you can see, they're managing to drive quite slow there, quite close there, sorry, not slow, probably quite quick actually. They're different some of these LMP2s have got different setups. Some of them have got quite high speed setups, others have got more aero, so they're quicker around the back, a bit slower down here. So let's have a look at some of the top speeds while doing qualifying here. Woody's 294, 296 almost. Bad Grammar's clocking about 284, it's about 10k down. Guys are actually starting to get into the 139s here in qualifying. Trying their best to qualify. You get low fuels runs at the moment. Darky's pushing a little bit hard there, and we've spun the car around by the looks of it. Yep, back into the pits. Try again. Just under 9 minutes left of qualifying, and then we'll be into the first hour of the race. .285 there, about top speed for Bad Grammar. Oh, Woody Lizard looked like he's just almost got into 138, so 139.056. He's really got that car going this afternoon. Taipan Samurai just getting up around touching 290 there. I'd say that lap time there by Woody Lizard's probably pretty much going to stake. Put him straight into pole position. I think that's really quickest that I've seen. 293 there. Hard to pull it up in those speeds. We'll probably see some quicker speeds come later in the evening as the cars actually start getting to night sessions. Track cools down, a bit more grip. Let's see how these GTEs are going. Racer in the Ford. Just touching on 280 there. Those cars still pretty quick. These Aston Martin's a fairly quick car in a straight line. LMP2 cars got quite a bit more downforce, so they're going too much quicker in a straight line. Of course, it always makes a difference over the long run, but the extra downforce they can actually pull on the things being so low to the ground. Ground effect. They've managed to pull a bit extra time around the back of the circuit. Aston Martin's only just nudging over 283 there. As I said, normally we're doing some hosting races on PC, which is that's usually my part to contribute to the group, hosting the races on PC, and we didn't quite get enough numbers to actually run across both platforms, so we're pooling all the numbers here. It's being such a long race over the weekend, it's a bit of a commitment, I suppose, to come in and race over the 2 days and the 4 sessions. So we get most of the numbers in here, which is good. It's been a bit of a readaptation for me, or adaptation to come back to driving on a screen. Driving on PC, I now drive in virtual reality in my Rift, and I must say, it's certainly an amazing experience to actually be able to turn around, see where you're going, judge things, see things in 3D. Coming back to a flat screen with limited vision, not being able to just clearly look at mirrors, look around you, see where you're going, be able to really sort of pick out those apexes has been a bit of a challenge for myself to come back, but I've spent a few days driving and getting some close to the top speeds here that these guys are getting. Hopefully one day we can actually get everybody over into PC, but the Xbox is pretty good. I'm running on the new Scorpio model myself, and it certainly helps on Project Cars 2. It's a bit of a powerhouse really sucks up the resources on the console. So that the new Scorpio has certainly been a good investment for running Project Cars 2. And with any luck, please, Microsoft, make the thing VR compatible. I might come over and race with these guys in VR then on the console. Till the meantime, I'm kind of liking driving in VR in Project Cars 2 and other games, Assetto Corsa, also iRacing, have different benefits over there too. I really like the team stuff we can do on iRacing, but who knows what they'll manage to pull out with Project Cars 2. There's been a talk of hopefully bringing in the ability to do some team racing, but we'll see if they can actually patch that in. In the meantime, we're doing what we can for team racing here on Project Cars 2 on the Xbox, and just different sessions. Driver changes will be in between sessions for those who have teamed up. I'm actually teaming up with Dark Racing, so he's doing this first hour session, and then when we come back to the next session, I'm going to be doing the 2 hours overnight. And then tomorrow I'll do the first 2 hours as we go from night back into daylight, and then Darky will finish off for our team, and we'll see how we go. It's getting some long racing, long endurance racing here. So you guys got to do some pits and things. There's been a couple little bugs that they've had on console here with tyres not changing on pit stops. So I think they've actually cut off tyre wear itself, so the guys don't have to worry about changing tyres to get out of that bug, but they'll still need to put fuel in the car to fuel the car to get around. Let's see what sort of speed here Colonel Lloyd's actually getting out of his Corvette. 283. Yeah, so the GTEs are getting just up over 280s, around 280, just over 280. Whereas the LMP2s are getting up into the 290s. It must be a session I've seen just on 302 myself. 310 in a draft last night with a bit of practice. So these things can go really quick. It's hard to pull it up into that turn one for such a high speed. Very difficult, tricky corner it is. Braking and turning left into it, and the corner's tightening up. I think Woody's pole position is going to be pretty secure there at a 193 flat. It's got a good gap there, so it depends on how he can actually translate that into the race and race speed. Only a few seconds left now. The qualifying's dying out. We'll be going over to the race. Guys will be queuing up for a rolling start. Now from memory, I think they are actually going to do a formation lap. So they'll have a lap to actually wander around and actually make sure the tyres are up to speed before they tighten up in the formation, ready for the start of the race. Guys are running full race rules here, so if they actually jump the start or drive too quick or jump a place, they'll actually end up getting pit penalties. They'll have to do drive-throughs. And so there's speed limits they've got to watch. It's all manual control, so they've got to watch their own speed coming in and out of pit lane, use their pit limiters, and trying to run this as a simulation, so everybody is actually locked to an in-car view. Oh, that's qualifying going to be over. We'll be jumping over the race there in a minute. I said this race is done by our group, our Facebook group, Australia New Zealand Combined Racing League. We also have a website. I'll just find the website for you in a minute, let you know. In the info, I think, for this stream, you'll find some information there on our Facebook group. Alright, we have a web page for our group 2, which showcases some of the photos and things that we have done from past rounds. It's also good information for a calendar for events coming up in the future. People can also apply there to join our races if they wish. It's AUS hyphen, or like the minus sign, NZCRL dot Weebly, WEEBLY.com. That's Oz -nzcrl.weebly.com is our website, or our Facebook group, AusNZ Combined Racing League, AUS/NZ Combined Racing League on Facebook. Those in Australia and New Zealand want to get into some good tight racing with a good group here. It's good clean racing. Feel free to visit our Facebook group or our webpage and join us. Oh, just waiting for everybody to hop on the grid there. Oh, looks like we've had a few issues here. Looks like we've had some people actually disconnecting from the session. Oh, no. Maybe, maybe not. It's a bit hard to tell from here. Oh no, we've got all 12 there. I thought looks like we might have lost a couple there through a disconnection. Guys are just going around on their formation lap. Woody Lizard here is leading on pole position in his Ligier Nissan there that he's got out the front. You've got Hectic Buzzer there, the number 56 Ligier Judd. Dark Racing, the number 84 Ligier Honda. Bad Grammar in the number 60 Ligier Honda. Taipan Samurai, the number 5 Ligier Honda. And then we've got the GT cars. We've got Racer here in the number 8 Ford GTLM. We have Fish, the number 9 Ford GTLM. Maverick and the number 92 Aston Martin Vantage. Shads and the number 51 Ligier Nissan. Skill and number 51 Ligier Nissan as well. And then we have Chuck Norris. He disappeared there for a while. Must have to wait till the session changed before he could get back in again. Chuck's driving the number 4 Chevrolet Corvette C7R. And doesn't look like Chuck actually managed to put in a qualifying session, so he'll be starting at the back of the field. The guys are coming around now on the final straight, and they're just closing up the field, ready for the race start. Waiting for the GTEs just coming up there behind. And here we go. Race is underway. Oh, we've had a bit of an accident there, but looks at the end of turn 1. So Dark Racing's got a bit of damage there. Hopefully the car's okay. Looks like Woody's got himself a good lead there, being out in the front. First lap down. Now see how the car's going there for Darky, if it's actually a bit damaged. Look like he's suffering some damage there. He's going to have to come in the pits and get the car fixed. That's a bit of a shame there. Hopefully it's not too big a repair job. No tyres or fuel by the looks of it, just getting the car fixed. That's the car that I'll be jumping into next session. Put us a little bit behind the 8 ball already by the looks of it. We've got some work ahead of us. But over the 6 hours, we'll see what we can pull back. Couple of the teams, looks like there's a couple here struggling just to get it through the bus stop there, keep it on track. It's Woody on lap 3 already. That's put us a lap down by the looks of it. We're just starting lap 2 for ourselves. It's a long race, you just never know what's going to happen though. So the guys might be running on different fuel strategies anyway by the looks of it. Big Buzzard there having a quick lap, trying to drag Woody back. Gap around about 1.9 seconds at the moment. Woody Lizard's clocked in a 1:42. Hectic Buzzard's in a 1 minute 41.6. Slowly dragging him back, slightly quicker laps there. Back here with the GTEs. Looks like Chuck's struggling there a bit. Like anything, you need to put the laps in. So Chuck's usually a fairly quick driver. He might be just having a few issues there. Just follow here, my teammate, for a bit. See how dark he's going. He's been pushing the car a bit, I think. Settle down into some nice, steady laps for the long haul. Looks like Woody's managed to stretch that lead a little bit. Oh, it's hanging in there. Around about that 2 second mark. $297, 300 almost, eh? He's starting to get a slipstream. 141.5, he's pushing it hard. A lot of time to make up, but if he can sit on that sort of pace, Cargham's light, he might get into the 140s. Hectic Buzzard trying to chase down Woody Lizard out front. Woody's coming up tailenders already. Oh, and Hectic Buzzard looks like he spun it there. It's Chuck Norris trying to hang on to the tail, so we'd be getting a good slipstream. Once Woody's LMP2's just gone past there. As you can see, those LMP2s pull away pretty quick around the back half of the circuit. Buzz will have his eyes firmly on that Corvette in front there, trying to track him down, and then Woody out the front again. Woody's pulling away pretty quick though. He's got a bit of a gap there now. Takes the pressure off. The Hectic Buzz is just up here on the tail end of Chuck Norris in the Corvette. Get a quick tow here, probably go around the outside for sure. Come out of there so quick. Chuck Norris just pulled out of it there by the looks of it. Buzz it through. Type brand Samurai here, number 5 Ligier Honda. Chasing down Maverick by the looks there in the number 92 Aston Martin Vantage. like Darky's actually putting on some pace here. Doing some quick laps during the race to see how he goes. He's got a lot of time to try and drag back. Looks like Hectic Buzzard's putting in some quick laps there too. A 1:41 flat. Not too far back, behind Woody Lizard, Hectic Buzzard there. You can just see them up in the distance there going around that last banking. The speed here, they pull in the toe in the slipstream. It'll get a lot of pace in it. (309 kilometres an hour). Certainly contributes to a very quick lap there, 1:40.747. Even Shadsy is now in the toe. Just been overtaken by Darky there. Catching up to the GTE here. Looks to be the Aston Martin and Maverick. Trying to pick the line through there, he's got it. bit easier to pick the lines with the LMP2 with all the extra grip that you've got. So Hectic Buzzard's actually managed to drag back some of the time. It's about 4.5 seconds at one point. He's back to under 3 seconds. Be frustrating seeing Woozy Lizard up the front there, concentrating, trying to hit your marks. Doing about 0.6 per second quicker there at the moment, trying to drag him back. Racer currently in the lead for the GTE class. In his Ford GTE, GTLM. We're starting to get close down to the halfway mark, about just over 34 minutes to go for this first session. Have a look at how some of these guys going for fuel. The Hectic Buzz is about 25 litres left. Woody Lizard's about 21. Probably going to pit about a lap earlier by the looks of it. Plenty of fuel there for Racer. The GTE class may even make the whole hour without actually topping up fuel. LMP2s are quite thirsty on the fuel, but they are pushing a lot quicker. We've got Taipan there, it's about 29. So he'll go a bit longer again. Mavericks, 50 litres, just coming up, getting very close to the halfway mark now. Bad grammar at 31 litres, a bit longer again. Plenty of fuel there for Fish, going to go a long way I think. Looks like Dark Racing is going to have to come in very shortly. There's only 6 litres left of fuel. Probably only about one more lap I think, and he'll be coming in for sure. So we started with a bit less fuel. Probably helping in post the quick times. Having an extra pit stop hasn't helped though, getting rid of that damage, but I think it was quite necessary unfortunately. Shads there with 28 litres. They've all got different fuel strategies going on here by the looks of it. Shuck's got 54 litres. So we're probably going to see Dark Racing come in on the next lap. Oh, it might be coming in on this lap. Here he is coming in for fuel now. It's going to need to add probably about 60 litres I would think. Just under 50, between 50 to 60 litres. There's the fuel going in now. $67 litres, that'll be plenty of fuel to get him to the end of the race. Might be a little bit of car repair there I think, bouncing over the curbs. 75 litres, full tank. We'll probably see Woody coming in, probably about maybe about 5 laps I think the way it's going. Hectic at probably about a lap later than him again. The LMP2s. Another lap or so later again for Taipan Samurai. Bad going probably come in about the same lap I would think as Taipan Samurai. Same with Shads there I think. So we'll probably see Woody coming in the next 4 or 5 laps. We'll see what sort of pace that Dark Racing will start to run now that he's actually got a full tank in the car. Tyre should still be warm. There's been no change of tyres. As explained earlier on with the little tyre bug the guys were getting when they were coming into pits, the car was the mechanics were not changing the tyres, or they were putting on the wrong tyres. So just to alleviate that, they've turned off tyre wear. Otherwise, normally we run with it to do tyre changes and things, but with the bugs, it's made things a little bit difficult. So I've got that turned off at the moment. I'll make the pit stops a little bit quicker. Which means they also come out with warm tyres. There's Darky's full lap now, once he's got back out of the pits. We'll see what sort of time he's starting to get. Leaders are running at 141.7s at the moment. And looks like the gap there that Hectic Buzzard may have actually had a little bit of an accident. He's lost about 4 seconds. 3 up to 4 seconds. 142 flat on a full tank of gas. It's not too bad at all. Got that car cranked up pretty good. Got the good handling on it. It's certainly been quick. Unfortunately, just got caught up in that first turn incident there. Not quite sure what happened there. We'll have to probably go back and review the footage later on. I'm sure that the phone will save it and have a look, see what happened there. May have just been too many cars just getting caught up there between the LMP2s, which can get in there pretty quick, and the GTEs having a bit of problem trying to slow down, I would say. We started with 12, we're down to 10, so we've lost 2 drivers early on. Not sure if that was through a disconnection or for some other reason. We'll find that out a bit later on. SSP Fish there and his Ford GTLM. There's Bad Grammar up behind Maverick and the Aston Martin. Oh, well, we've had a little tag there. It's good to see Bad Grammar there actually giving back that place there. It's the sort of racing that we promote there. If you make a mistake, please give the place back. Even if you are different classes, it's probably not going to make much difference. Good race etiquette there from Bad Grammar after making that little mistake there with Maverick. Here's the speed difference. Just straight around the outside without even a toe. And Maverick will certainly be taking advantage, getting a bit of toe there to pull him up. Oh, we nearly overshot there. Oh, he's managed to save it, pull it back in. Little lock up there from Maverick. Doing what he can to try and hang on the coattails there of Bad Grammar. And try and get the toe when he gets back out there on the banking. I lost that little bit too much. Oh, he's hanging in there. Here comes Darky. Still trying to make places up. He's certainly looking for a good toe now. Tucking in behind Bad Grammar there. Oh, he's got the pace. Didn't quite get it done though. Might get it. Let's have a look to see how Woody's gone in the pits. No tyres, but fill it up for fuel. It's a short pit stop by the looks of it. A little bit of damage repair. That's about all I can put it down to at the moment. We're bouncing over the curbs. And there he goes. 20 minutes to go. 24 laps down. And looks like Hectic Buzzard's put in a very nice quick lap there, 141.2. He'll probably be coming in this lap as well. Now we'll see how much fuel the Hectic Buzzard puts in. Woody filled up with about 41, well, after he filled up, there's about 41 litres left in his tank. Here comes Hectic Buzzard now, into the pits. Looks to be a slight glitch there at the moment. I don't know if it's the director sweep that's actually causing that. With the pit crew sort of fading in and out. We've got a patch supposed to be coming soon. It might be fixing a few things like that. We'll have to wait and see. And looks like Hectic Lizard's actually filled the tank up to about 68 litres. That'll be a slightly longer stop there for Hectic Buzzard. That'll certainly play into Woody Lizard's hands. And here comes Woody Lizard now, coming around on the banking. It's probably going to be close. As Hectic Buzzard managed to get out in front. He's just coming out of pit lane now. There comes Woody Lizard. Looks like we've had a change of lead. Looks like Hectic Buzzard's had a really good run into the laps, into the pits there and back out again. Sometimes races can be won on your pit strategy or pit entry exit. With just over 17 minutes to go, we've had a change of leadership here. Hectic Buzzard has actually managed to get in front of Woody Lizard, has jumped him in the pits. Certainly got a bit of a race on now for the end of it. Woody Lizard will be chasing him down, sitting in his slipstream there, picking up some pace. Woody trying to tuck in behind. Pick up slipstream. Hectic Buzzard just holding a nice inside line there into the bus stop. Slightly defensive there. Oh, he's let him up the inside. Woody Lizard takes back the lead. Oh, looks like he's run wide there. Hectic Buzzard. Back in recovery mode. Chuck Norris soldiering on back down the end here. Oh, poor old Darky, he's been busy trying to unlap himself. Putting out some good times though. At 300 kilometres an hour, not even in the draft. Certainly one very quick car in a straight line. So Race is still leading the GTE class there. Chuck Norris trying to unlap himself. Oh, had a bit of an accident here. Someone's run really wide there. So Fish has run a bit wide there by the looks of it. Here comes Chuck again. Oh, that was a bit tight there. Chuck Norris is going to bide his time here. He's sitting close. Might get a better run here onto the banking. Coming up here behind Racer. Can't find the right line there, I think. That's better through the bus stop there for Chuck. Looks like Racer got swamped there a bit. Might have been 3 wide there. What with Darky going around the outside. Little lock up there for Darky in the front. Oh, Woody's just done a 148. Must have been something go wrong there. Whether he got caught up in traffic or made a little accident. Last lap was a bit slower there for Woody. Still got a nice lead there over Hectic Buzzard. There's a 144. Woody's still running a bit slow. I wonder if there's a bit more traffic there on that lap we didn't catch, or maybe he's running a little bit of damage. The car looks alright from this angle. Three and a half minutes to go. We only a couple of laps left in this. Woody certainly stamped his lead on it for this one. Stamped his foot all over it for the first hour of the race. We'll be having about a 2.5 hour break, I think, before we come back in for a 2-hour session this evening when this one finishes here. And I'll be actually jumping into the Dark Racing's car and taking it for the next 2 hours and see if you can actually get some of this time back. In a way, we'll probably treat it as, besides a driver change, probably a yellow flag situation. And then we'll all line up in whatever order that we finish for this session. There must have been a bit of traffic there by the looks of it. Woody's clocked himself a 140.6. Certainly got some pace in that car. Hectic Buzzard hanging on there to second place. Cars have managed to get away relatively unscathed at the moment. Racer running, looks of it, P3 on track. And leading the GTE class. Taipan Samurai coming in fourth in LMP2 with Dark Racing right behind him. This looks like Dark Racing actually might be trying to get a place back here. Try and unlap himself. Certainly get the pace for the slipstream. There's Dark Racing managed to actually unlap himself by the looks of it. Oh no. Taipan Samurai there. We got a bit caught up there in the wash, I think. It's just cleaned up on the end of the pit wall there. The cars can be very aero sensitive. You tuck in behind there, they just don't want to turn sometimes when you lose that aero. And we have Woody coming out to, that'll be the end of the session by the looks of it, time remaining. Race complete there. Woody has taken out the first hour, leads at the end of the first hour. Hectic Buzzard in second. Racer sitting in P3 overall. Darky running about half a lap behind by the looks of it. 3/4 lap behind, so not quite a lap. This change of session, yellow flag situation might actually bunch the field back up again. And there we have our Session 1 results. And for some reason, where we got there? I've missed. One of the guys will take the photo of that for sure. So that's our first hour's session down. And we'll probably get a couple of hours break and we'll come back to the next 2 hour race it will be. So there'll be a couple more pit stops and we'll be actually driving from the evening where it's left off here into the night. I hear there might be a touch of rain. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that first hour. It's the Steel Jockey signing off with the Oz New Zealand Combined Racing League's Daytona 24-hour simulated race. See you guys later.